Most men fail, and it's not because they aren't smart enough or because they don't work hard enough or because life is just too unfair. Most men fail because they don't do this one thing. They never truly believe in themselves. And I'm not talking about that fake confidence where you act like you got it all together. I'm talking about real, grounded self belief. That kind of belief that makes you walk different, that shows up in your discipline, your boundaries, your goals, everything. Most guys are grinding every day, but deep down, they don't believe they're actually going to win. So they sabotage, they hesitate, they just, I don't know, shrink. And I know this because I lived through it. I hit one of my lowest points after my first breakup. I was underperforming in baseball. I felt like I had no direction, I had no structure, no self control. And I remember looking in the mirror one night and I was like, but like really looking. And I was like, bro, what are you even doing? I didn't like the man staring back at me. And the truth was, I didn't believe what it took to turn it around. That's where this all begins. Most of us weren't taught how to believe in ourselves. We were taught to chase approval, chase grades, chase money, chase women, but we weren't taught how to build an internal sense of self worth. And even worse, when we showed ambition, we got shot down. Be realistic. Don't aim too high. Who do you think you are? Always have a plan B. And eventually, we start shrinking to that version of their limitations. And that vision becomes who we are. And for me, it was baseball. I played it my entire life. It was all I ever knew. And when that door closed, I just didn't lose a sport. I felt like I lost myself. I started telling myself, maybe I just wasn't good enough. Or maybe I peaked. And the scariest part was, I slowly started to believe it. I didn't even realize how much that belief was leading to everything else. I wasn't chasing big goals anymore. I was just settling for good enough just to avoid any type of failure. And lack of self belief doesn't always look like failure. Sometimes it looks like procrastination, perfectionism, like overthinking, or waiting until the right moment or the right time. And I'd set big goals, but I didn't think I was able to pull them off. I would flinch when it mattered. I would stop after one bad day and I would try to justify it with logic. Maybe I'm just tired. Maybe this isn't just for me. But the truth is, I was scared. Scared I wasn't enough. And that fear was in everything. The way I showed up at the gym, how I talked to people, the way I carried myself, the way I avoided taking up space. I wasn't lazy. I was just stuck in an identity that didn't believe that I deserved more. And that's the part that most guys miss. You don't need more hustle. You need a new belief system. So what do? How do you rebuild belief when everything's working against you? Number one, keep promises to yourself. This was the first thing I changed. I stopped trying to do everything at once. I picked one small promise. I'm waking up on time tomorrow. I kept that promise. And then I added another. I'm hitting the gym today, no matter what. And little by little, I started building evidence that I wasn't who I used to be. I was becoming someone I could trust. Number two, audit your self-talk. I started catching myself mid-thought. I'd say stuff like, I feel like I'm so far behind, or I'm not good enough. Bro, imagine saying that to someone you love. You wouldn't. So why is it okay for you to talk to yourself that way? I started replacing those thoughts with, I'm getting better every day. I've made it through worse. This version of me is temporary. Number three, visualize who exactly you want to be. This is where the real work begins. I would close my eyes every night and picture the man I wanted to become. Strong, focused, calm under pressure, clear on who he is and what he wanted. At first, it felt fake, but I kept doing it anyway. And one day, the reality started catching up to my visualizations. Number four, change your circle. If you're around men who doubt themselves, play small, or joke about mediocrity, that mindset is contagious. You need to be around people who treat growth like a standard. I started seeking out people who were hungry, who had uncomfortable conversations, who wanted more out of life and weren't afraid to say it out loud. And that changed everything. The world mirrors your belief. Your life will never outgrow your self-image. If you believe you're the type of man who wins, you'll move like it. You'll speak like it. You'll walk into rooms differently. But if you secretly believe you're average, you'll chase just enough. You'll settle. You'll avoid any type of pressure. And I didn't start seeing results because I got lucky. I started seeing results because I started to rewire who I was. And that's when everything changed. If you've made it this far, then I know this hit something in you. So here's your challenge. Think back to the exact moment your belief started to fade. That moment that you stopped trusting yourself. Now ask yourself, what belief did I form in that exact moment? Is it still running my life today? You don't need to flip everything in one night. You just need one win, one rep, one promise that you could actually keep and stack it, and then another, and then another. And that's how you rebuild yourself. Drop a comment below and tell me what belief you're working on right now. Subscribe if this spoke to you, and send it to a brother, a friend who's stuck in the same loop. You're not broken. You're not stuck in a loop. You're just one belief away from changing your entire life. So let's get to work.